my channel. This is Alessandra, and today I have a class prepared for us to go through a yoga for beginners. This will be a very introductory class where we will be just taking everything slowly, and I will cue you per the pose, but make sure you take it slow, and if you need to modify or just take a little bit break, do as you need. It's your practice, your body, so you'll know better what to do. So make sure take it slow and practice with me, but make sure you're also listening to what your body is saying to you today. Okay, so meet me at the mat. You can also bring in any prop that you want to use. So I'm not using anything at the moment, so you can have a block if you want to make sure that you can have that length in your body. So just remember, you can modify. Okay, so we're going to go to child pose. So child pose can be taken with knees together if you've got a back problem and you want to just relax and rest your back, or you can also then active child pose where all the knee is the knees are apart and the toes are meeting at the back. You don't need to sit your hips all the way to the back. It can always stay further away. So this is one where you just rest your belly and press your head onto the mat. And if you feel like you want to do the active child pose, you will come to just opening up your leg and coming in into your forearm and forehead touching. Now we'll start to breathe in and out. You can release any tension that you feel. You've come to your mat. Now let me take you through it. Release any tension, release any rushing sensation that you want to do things. Stay in the moment. Start to breathe. Take a lot of inhale, big inhale. And exhale it out. We'll do 2 more of that. Expanding on your inhale. And releasing any tension. Excellent work. On your last one, we'll start to just press ourselves up, taking it very easy and slow. Coming in, and knees will meet together, and we'll start to come to cat-cow. So make sure when we do cat-cow, we're just going to put our arms underneath our shoulder and our hips. Our knees are underneath our hips. You can stay here. You can also, it doesn't need to be shoulder width. You can slightly open it up and see how you feel. So this could feel good and this could feel good. So take whichever variation you feel is good and feeling good on your body. Okay? Remember, the alignment is according to your body structure. So you don't have to look exactly like the person that you've seen in any different things. Okay? So inhaling, looking up. And exhaling, rounding the back and looking to your belly button or between the knees. Inhaling, dropping the chest, opening it broad, looking all the way up. And exhaling, rounding, coming all the way, separating the shoulder blades, fill in, and inhale, look up. On the next one, we are going to start to move from all sides. So just circling your hips around. We want to see if we can get into any tension that we've been holding in there. So just warming up the body. And on the next one, come round and do the other side. Circling it from all the way. You can take whatever feels good today. You can Roll yourself from side to side. This is called figure eight. Just moving in freely, releasing any tension. Excellent work. On the next one, we're going to flip your palms to face the knee. So your fingers will be facing the knee. You may not be able to do this. Therefore, you can also do side. So you can face the side, and then slowly we will start to move it to facing. So what we want to do is just make sure that we're getting the stretch on our wrist, on our fingers, and being able to move, because we put a lot of weight on our wrist, and we want it to make sure that it's able to do all of the movement that we demand of it. So we're going to slowly rock from front to back, stretching the palms. You can lift, the wrist could peel itself all the way out, palms pressing, finger pressing here. You don't have to go as far. Just observe and see how far you can go, okay? No pressure. Excellent. Once you've done that, we're going to counter stretch. So we're going to get the palms to face us, so facing you, and then we're going to start to move from side to side, rocking from side to side, getting onto the back. We never ever get to press and stretch the fingers, so it's a good one that you do this. And then we're going to come to sitting on our heels. Bring the fingers and start to flashlight. Yeah, and then we start to circle the wrist around one way and the other. You can do open, release, shake it off. You can shake, shake, shake. And then bring the fingers, and we're going to press from the first knuckle and press it down and see how good that feels. Okay? Stretch, stretch. That feels so good. Sometimes it may feel good on my body, but it might not feel good on yours. So take it easy and take what feels good. Okay? Don't feel pressurized that it should feel good. Yeah? Because all our bodies are different. Excellent. So now we're going to also get into the heels and tuck in your toes and go back and sit on your heels. Okay, so this might not be achieved, so try, if it's too much, try to go in and out and see if that's accessible. If it's accessible, you stay. If it's not, start to carry on moving in and out, and then just warm up. So especially if you've been wearing a lot of shoes and you haven't been able to stretch the inner sole, this is very good. Yeah, this may feel a bit difficult because you might not have done it before, so take it easy. Good. Okay, from here we're going to go to downward dog. So in downward dog, I want you to see what feels good. So shoulder distance apart could feel good, or slightly wider could give you more room to get into downward dog. So we're going to attack our toes, and we're going to lift our knees and slowly straighten, and your heels doesn't need to press onto the mat. We need to bend your knees, bend, 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 and see if you can, if this feels good, and then slowly try to stretch and back. So bending, straightening, bending, straightening. What we want to avoid is the curving of the spine. Okay, so lifting your bending gives you more room to play with your spine. Excellent. From here, we can start to move from side to side, bending one knee, stretching onto the other side, and see how it feels. You can stay here and the other side, and start to breathe. Never forget to breathe. Don't hold the breath. Stay here. We're going to breathe in and out. So we're pressing, not on, the weight is not on the wrist. We're using the palms, the corner edge to be holding the weight and spreading it. So if you're bending your knees, you can feel like the weight is spreading to the back and the leg will be taking onto most of the weight. Inhale. Exhale it out. Excellent. On your next inhale, look forward and we're going to press. Start to walk all the way to the front of the mat. Stay here, look forward and fold. So when you're folding, we want the belly to thigh connection. So bend and just achieve that first. Press your fingers down or your palms down and stay here and maybe release the neck. And then through time, you'll start to straighten the leg. But for now, we'll stay here, just holding this pose. And we'll bring our elbows, opposite elbows, and start to do ragdoll. Move from side to side. And see if we can release anything from the back of the neck, the shoulder, and just stay here. If moving from side to side is a little bit difficult, stay in the middle and try to shake your head no and yes. See how the cervix is feeling. Allow the neck to just release, gravity to take over, lengthen. Press your hands down and step your left leg back, bend knee and come to low lunge. Here, we're going to start to move the hip around, so you can either stay palms together or you can just lift one hand and move from side to side, circling the hips, releasing any tension there. And we're going to come all the way, tucking, and we will be tilting the pelvic floor, so you're not rounding your spine but straight and looking all the way forward. So half split. Yeah? So here we're going to start to circle the ankle round and the other way. And you can flex and straighten and see how that feels. We're just going to warm up the hamstring, so you should feel it at the back. Notice where it feels, but it feels nice to move the joints at the front. And you can also now lengthen to the front, and you can stay here or here. You can also bring a block and keep higher here and breathe. We will allow for the hamstrings to just allow us to take space. Okay. Come forward, bend the knee, and we will send the right foot all the way back, bending and coming to the left. So if the leg is not able to move, you can just hold and lift it to position. Okay? And we're going to start to rotate again with the hips, releasing anything that we're holding over there. The hips are known to be holding all these tensions, especially sitting. We create a lot of no movement, nearly no movement in that area, so it's good. And we're coming all the way to half split, pushing the legs, so make sure you're not rounding the spine, so the spine is all the way long. And now we start to rotate the ankle one way, circle, and the other. This should feel really, really good. But remember, what feels good in my body, like we said, might not feel good on yours. So any pain, stay away from it. Okay, the body's telling you not to take it there, so honor that. Honor your practice. Okay, so we're going to stay still. And now we will lengthen the spine. Make sure you're tilting, so we're not dumping and rounding, we're just elongating. And if you flex the leg all the way to you, then you'll get a much more stretch onto the hip flexors. Yeah? Stay here and breathe. Excellent work. Bend the knee and bring it to meet your right leg slowly. From here, we're just going to come slightly forward, drop our chest, chin, and just slide through, coming to cobra. Knees, legs together, inner thighs engaged, and then we're just going to try and lift ourselves to look forward. Exhale down. Okay, inhale, looking forward. We'll do it 2 more times, and exhale down. So pressing your arms and slowly lifting from your upper body, stretching, coming to upward dog. Inhaling, bend your knees and push your hips all the way to the back and coming to downward dog. Inhaling, exhaling. Remember, we are bending our knees, sending our bum all the way to the ceiling, and just breathing here and slowly. So maybe your hamstrings are open by now. Take it slow and see if you can push, but you can also remain with your bent knees. Looking forward, we're just going to bring the right leg through between your arms and bring the left leg down, and we're going to twist. By twisting, so we're going to take the left elbow next to our right knee, and we're pushing and pressing. So you can stay here with your fist onto one arm and start to look back. You can do prayer. You can also bring your arms down. That sounds a little bit complicated, so you can stay with just prayer or fist. Pressing in. So what we want to do is just twist from our belly up. Yeah? And looking all the way to the back. Stay here. Breathing. And slowly come forward, placing your arms down and sending the leg all the way to the back. We will do second side. So bring the left leg here in between your arms and then lifting. We will be twisting, so elbow will go all the way to the outside of your knee and looking back. So fist or arm. Prayer or your fist, pressing and then twisting. Lifting from the back. Excellent, breathe. On the next exhale, we'll come down and coming again. We will press, tuck your toes in and come to plank. If it's too much, you can still keep your knees down, coming slightly, shifting slightly forward, bending your knees and doing chaturanga and upward dog. Looking forward, chest broad, opening up, looking to the ceiling or forward if it's too much, and rest your knees down, tuck your toes, coming to downward dog. Inhaling, exhale. Excellent work. Come to kneeling position. Sit down to the back of the mat and we will come to the back, which is really nice. So we will do a few different poses to relieve any wind relieving poses. They're really nicer to finish off with. So we will start to bring our knees together, start to rock from side to side, massaging our back. Again, this is a nice, we try to create a releasing tension in yoga, so I hope you're finding it quite releasing. So we'll release the left leg down, bringing the right knee closer to your chest. By no means you'll be too close to your chest. You can keep it here or here and breathe, squeeze, and then we'll twist to the left, taking the right knee to the left and leaving our hand to stay onto the right. This is just to give the benefit to your spine, Our spine loves to twist, not remain rigid. Excellent work. Bring your left leg in and left. Squeeze one more time, hug yourself in and release the right. And we will be squeezing. You can interlace your fingers onto your knee and start to, but if there is any pain sensation, then please do not push, and slowly lead the left knee all the way to the right, and the left arm stays onto the left. You can gaze to the side or to the ceiling. Inhale, exhale. This is a good way to breathe to the back of your spine. Expand your diaphragm, send the air. Inhaling, exhale, excellent. Bring yourself to center, hug your knees in, squeeze, maybe give them a kiss. And we will release everything to Shavasana, the final resting pose. So you can take your legs to the corner of the mat. You can rest here. You can bring your hand one onto your belly and one onto your heart or your chest. Or you can just rest here. Close your eyes. Start to just breathe normal. Inhaling. Exhale. Inhale. And just let a sigh. Let everything go. On your next inhale, just send all your arms and leg together. Stretch as if you're waking up for the first time. And hug your knees again and roll to whichever side is open. And press yourself up, coming to a seated position. Palms together. Inhaling. Exhale, let it out. Excellent work. Thank you guys for joining me. I really appreciate you taking your time to do this beginner introduction to yoga. I hope you found it useful. I will see you in the next video. Make sure you subscribe, like, and share. Namaste.